Hello, my crafty friends. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. This is Kimberly, and this is also Journal Breeze. Today, I'm going to share a junk mail based, super duper easy folio. Nothing at all like the ones that I did recently. This is make it in a few minutes and put some stuff in it and you got it. So it's great for happy mail, or it could be inside of a journal. It could be a card that you give to somebody. It has pockets. You could put in a gift card for Christmas. So it's just got, easy peasy. But the beauty of it, I think, is based on the papers you choose. So hopefully, I'm going to set my timer here. Today is a craft with me, and I'm not going to rush because I've had a busy week and I want to relax and enjoy myself. So I'm not going to rush. I've done some prep thinking and drawn some pencil lines and whatnot so that I could cut down on some of the time that might be spent on that. But otherwise, I hope to get to these two folios, and then I'm going to show you the one that I've already made. First, I would like to share where these digitals are from. The digitals on this side, you'll see as we go along, they're made by Uniquely Ella Designs. And the name of this kit is Elegant Autumn. On this side, and also the one that I've already completed, they're by the paper Cameo. And I've used Caramel 3. Kit is called Caramel 3. And Cinnamon Blush. This is the Cinnamon Blush. And I think that is too. So these pictures are Caramel 3. And this is a really old kit. I mean, one of her first. And I love this paper. I just think it's one of the best ever. So I'm not quite sure what the name of the kit is. Antiquities, maybe. And Uniquely Ella. I also included a couple of more pictures from Cinnamon Blush for this. So let me first show you what a finished folio with this junk mail base looks like, so that you can keep that in mind, because it really is going to be the papers that you choose that determine how it comes out. And I think you could do it with scrapbook paper, but I'm using 32-pound weight HP premium paper. So this is from Caramel 1, 2, and 3. This is cut out and glued on. This is cut out and glued on and wrapped. What I did was I printed these out at different sizes from the kit. This is printed out at 5 by 7, but it's a whole sheet. These are printed out at 5 by 7. The actual junk mail folder measures to fit within a 8 by 10. If you wanted to make it 8.5 by 11 or the A4 size, that's cool. You just would cut off a little bit more. These buttons come out of the Caramel kit around the envelopes. They're just beautiful. Gorgeous buttons. They look so real. But these are smaller, so these came out of a 5 by 7. So that's how I make my stuff. I print them at different sizes because I don't want a large scale squished into a tiny because I cut a large one down. I want the tiny to be on the smaller size. So that's how I think about things. So there's a lot of time I spend with the printer in advance of doing it. So let's open it up. This is, as I said, glued onto this. This is an architectural picture out of the kit. And this is the flap. So one design is printed on the inside, another on the outside. I made a pocket from scratch to fit in this space. And this is one of the cute cards from Caramel 3. And I backed it with another paper. This purple is not part of the kit, but I was printing this out and it ran out of yellow. And when it ran out of yellow, and it was very low on red, so it ended up making this incredible purple color, which I really liked because the stamp that's on this paper is a purple color. And so I thought, great, let's just go with that. Otherwise, I would have tossed this out. And then inside we have it was a large sheet, and I made it in 5 by 7. And I picked one of the other papers in the kit so there'd be straight lines for writing on. And at first I cut this out to have a, half circle so it would look like it was a punch-in. But then I decided that I was going to take one of the envelopes and make it 5x7, print it out at 5x7. And then I did turn the edges under so that the whole thing sticks out. But I cut off this part here, and I tucked this part in, and I cut these down so they're not quite so long, but tucked them behind. And it made for a really great pocket. And then this tag is in the kit, and I added this purple sticker, purple flower sticker. The back of this is a light shade of lilac, I guess you'd say. And so there's a lot of purple colors that come up in this piece. And that's it. I mean, it's so simple. And you don't have to wrap. I just wanted this to show up, and so that was the way to do it. And these become the closure. And of course, there's different ways you can close it. You can put an eyelet and tie it around or whatever you want to do. And this is a piece of lace. I think it really showed it off well. It's a unique piece of lace, and I really like it. So this is what we're going for. And what I used to make it is a Ralph's coupon mailer. I don't know if you have Ralph's grocery stores in your town, but that is what this is. So it opens up when you undo the pocket, and from here to here it is 8.5 by 11. It's 11 from here to here. It's a little bit smaller than 11 because I'm printing. Excuse me. If I print out 8.5 by 11, there's a white border. Excuse me. So there's a little bit less. And then the width is 6 7/8. So you can make it 6.5 or 7 if it's easier. And the pocket is 3 from here to here. So it's a great size. There's, not too much waste when you cut out what you're going to cut out. So we're going to begin with this kit, which is called Elegant Autumn, which I think is in really beautiful colors. And you have to decide, I've already cut it down, taken off the border. You have to decide which side you want to show up on the inside and which end you want to be the flap that opens up. So that's the biggest decisions you have to make. What's on the inside? What's the flap? This will be the pocket, and this will be a pocket you make from scratch. So I thought that through, and I opted to have this be on top. Now, I pre-scored when I outlined this, call it 11 inch by 6 7/8. I scored it at this fold and at this fold. And I drew around it. Okay? And this went off the paper a bit, so this won't be quite as long of a flap as it might have been. But it really takes up this whole piece of paper, so I didn't really think it was necessary to make a longer flap per se. I have a special fun thing that I'm going to do to the inside of this, so stick around just so you see that. If you're thinking of going, just stay around until I get to the pocket flap. It's going to be fun. All right, so once you figure that out, then the next thing to do is cut. So I'm going to pause you while I go cut it. Okay, hope that worked right. All right, so this is what our piece looks like cut out. And I'm going to cut off. I'm going to kind of round that and kind of round this. Okay. All right, so it doesn't look very rounded to me. Maybe if I erase this pencil line, maybe I will see it as more rounded. Okay. Hope you guys are doing well. Things have certainly changed since school's back in session. Streets are so quiet around here compared to the summer. Oh, look, so it's going to look like that. Oh, I didn't expect that. Huh. I did not expect that. I didn't realize there was going to be this big gap. For some reason, I thought it was going to be like that. Ah! Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I may do something about that then. I do like this. I think it's cool. I love this font. But that is kind of a weird looking thing, isn't it? Huh. Well, let's see. Now I'm thinking I should have maybe printed this out bigger. Let's see, what if we put, I'm winging it. I did the stuff that takes more thinking, but I'm winging it otherwise. So we're having a slightly cooler than average temperature situation, which is still hot where I live. But next week it's going to be really hot again. So it doesn't feel a lot like fall around here. And leaves don't really fall off trees until November, December, sometimes January. So we don't have that feel happening yet. So I'm just drawn to these digitals that feel more like fall. Plus I love the colors. Okay, so if I wanted that to look better, I don't know. I'm not thrilled about this now. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to have to cover that up. I didn't really want to do that. I love this bag. And I can't make this shorter because this is where the pocket's going to go. See, I thought for some reason, who knows, that it was going to look like that. And that looks pretty cool. What was I thinking? Well, I don't want to miss my pocket idea. I think what I'm going to have to do is find another wonderful paper to maybe go over that. Let's see. Let's see, this green color is so unique. Huh. Well, I can always add that later. I don't know, what do you guys think? Maybe you like it like that. I don't want to cover it all up because I like it. This is such a weird predicament. I did not anticipate this. How about my favorite of all time? It's kind of dreary. I don't know. Maybe if I just put some ink on it, maybe that'll help it look a little less conspicuously unattached. Once it's on there, it's on there. Not a lot I can do about that. Okay. So this is what I did. I distressed this and I left this the same. There we go. Does that look better? Yeah, and then if I distress this, and you know, maybe I can put like a trim on here or a lace that would flip out. Not flip, but flop over, and then that flop would be extending the eye over the beige. I think that'll work out. I really don't want to cover up this beautiful, I think it's silk embroidery, maybe it's a woven tapestry fabric, damask, not damask, brocade. Okay. better. Let's just do it all while we're at it, because I'm going to have to anyway. Okay, so the big question is, are you guys starting on Christmas? I absolutely am not starting on Christmas. I have nothing against Christmas. I don't even mind working with red and green at all. I like it. I love plaids, I love red, I love green, I love pine cones. You know, I really have no problem with it. But boy, fall is just gone if we start working on Christmas. And that part of it is what I seem to miss the most. So maybe I'm starting on fall a little earlier this year because subconsciously I know it never seems like I get around to it. Okay, there we go. And then, you know what? I also don't really like this gray color. So let's do that too. Yeah, looks a lot better. This is antique linen that I'm using. And this kit, and it's the ink, not the oxide. This kit is a bazillion years old. I mean, this ink is really probably 7 years old, as long as I've been doing this, or 8, I forget now. I think 2017 is actually when I started it. I'm trying to put this down. There we go. And I bought vintage photo and antique linen very close to the start of my doing this. So that's pretty amazing. I keep my inks in a tight tin in a cool, I don't know how cool you can be in an upstairs loft, but anyway, dark tin that's airtight, and I think that helps my ink last. Okay. Oh, I think that looks so much better. I like it. And then this yellow becomes the lighter. I don't know, can you appreciate that? It looks a little gray on here, a little blotchy, but in person it looks warm. And it really looks, I think, better than the white and the gray. All right, so now we're back to this. And yeah, it looks much better. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And now this doesn't look so yellow because this isn't white. Ah, problem solved, in my opinion. Okay. All right, so now to the fun part. Okay. This is going to be the pocket. Okay. And I measured it a little over 3 because you have to have a hinge. It has to be glued down and then flip. And so I drew a hinge here and I drew a hinge there just by leaving it. So I'm going to cut it out. Oh, I printed this at 5 by 7, fit to frame. So the measurement on this is 6 7/8. And this, the depth is from here to here, and that's 3 inches. Okay, let me cut the rest of this out. Okay. All right, so I can have it like this. Oh, it's a little on the long side. What do you know? So do I want more yellow? Yeah, I think it looks better to have a little more yellow. Okay, so I'm going to try to cut this by hand. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. Okay. So either it's going to go like that, Remember, these are not going to be showing. So it's either going to go like that, or it's going to go like this. Okay, I think I'm going to put it like this, which means I'm going to... Oh, I cut it off. Oh, you probably all were yelling at me through the screen. Damn. I cut off the part that would have been the flip. Darn it. Darn it. Oh, I'm so disappointed in myself. Okay, so here's the fun part. Let's get to some good news now that I've realized what I've done. Okay, so this is how I was going to do it, minus this part here, right? So, but then I had the idea, how about if I make it look like it can open? So what I thought I would do would be glue just this part on top of it, and then glue this part down right here, but make this open up like that, and then the pocket would be in there. I don't know, that might be more work than it's worth. Because into this whole thing are going to be these ladies. Well, that would give me a double pocket. If this lifts up, then yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. All right, but I've got to figure out how. I can't hinge it. I'm just going to have to glue it. It's going to be a short pocket because I can't hinge it. I want to make sure it's the right size before I actually put the glue on there. Yeah, so the one I showed you that I made before, I cut it wider, so I glued it onto here, and then I had it fold. So the pocket actually had more room in it. Now, it will be a pocket that's glued down on 3 sides, so it's not really going to be roomy. But I like the way it's going to look, so for that reason, I'm just going to do it. Probably if I was doing this for myself, I would reprint it and recut it out. But I'm not going to do that now. I've got stuff I got to take care of. And oh, there I am gluing it, and it's going to be turned down. Oh my gosh, let me make sure I'm right. Yeah, okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just leave this a little bit open. I don't know if that makes any sense, since the one that's going to flip is already cut. Oh yeah, it gives it some space. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Looks like it's a little bit high over here. Yeah, it is a little bit high. Yeah. I don't know. Must be the scissors' fault. Because there's always a dip at the bottom and then it goes up. Can't be me. I want Rachel's scissors. She's got a pair of scissors that know how to cut the littlest slices. I've bought a zillion scissors looking for that kind of thing. Nowhere to be found. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is gluing that on there and then cutting this open and letting this flip. So I actually need to be making a cut that doesn't interfere with anything, that looks good no matter what. And this flip needs to be not white. Why don't glad I'm doing this for you so that when you do it, you can make all the things right before you get to this stage. Oh, okay. Oops. Wow. Gosh, girl. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to another part of my studio to cut this with a razor knife. And I can't do it here with you looking at me, especially. So I'm going to put you on pause again, or you won't know. See you now. Okay. This is what I did. But it's really, there's nothing holding it hardly. So I'm going to put a piece of washi tape there that hopefully will keep it strong enough. Okay. That works. I don't know. It may just be a little cute flip and not have anything in it at all. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Then use the ruler to make a crease where I want it to flip up. Okay, there we go. It's crooked. I don't want crooked. Okay, this is saying cut me some more. That was a half an hour. Oh my gosh. I will never get two done in this hour or whatever it's going to be. I didn't want it to be an hour. Okay. Okay. Oh, that is so close. I don't see how that's going to work. I still have the opportunity to back out. I can back out if I want because I don't have anything glued down. But I think it's such a cool idea. I don't want to back out really. Okay. All right, let's just see what we get. Glue it on there. Okay, and the glue I'm going to use is, oh, it probably won't even come out. Oh yeah, what do you know? Sorry, I don't have a lot to say today. I've just been working and working. Okay. All right, let's see. Oops. Okay. Okay. And you know, I could probably put like a little button. Look at this pumpkin color button I have. This is an old button, but it's a pumpkin color button. Oh, that doesn't look too pretty with it. But oh, what a beautiful color, right? Oh my gosh, that looks good with that. Oh, that is so cute. So I could put that button there. Or there, that's an old button. There we go. Oh my gosh, that looks like it looks like they're connected. Oh God, that's so cute. But I'm gonna have to run some thread through this so that it I don't think that needle will go through there. What? Oh, that's amazing. Okay, hold on a minute. Oh, that's got a neat oh my gosh, I think it's got a knot in it. No. Okay. Be fine if it did, but okay. And then there. Oh my goodness, how lucky was this? Okay. I'm trying to tie a knot with these nails, and it is not easy. It is not easy. Let's see. Typing isn't easy either. That's been a lot of what I've been doing too. I started to dictate more. When my nails are short, it doesn't matter, but when they're long. Okay. And if you're one of the people that hasn't heard me before and you're thinking, well, why don't you just cut them? It's because they will break. These are by choice. These are by luck. And they're all going to fall off eventually. Not fall off. They're all going to crack and split and get down to what I call the nubbin. And I'll have nails like that for a while. So when they're willing to grow strong and long, I simply grin and bear it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put glue on. I think I'll use my handy dandy Beacon 123 or 3-in-1. Wasn't it called Beacon 123? I'm pretty sure it was. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay. I am going to have the threads go in the same direction. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. That is so dang cute. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. You either think I'm absolutely a nutcase, or you're thinking, oh, that's creative, that's fun. Let's hope I didn't glue that down, because I did get some glue on it. All right, it's going to have to be a very, very tiny little thing that goes in there. Let's see. What am I going to do? I'll put in this one. Okay, and then I'll make a back and have like a tab. So look at that. Can you see that? So you've got this. It'll work its way to being laid down. so it looks like it's connected. You know, the threads going around it. Then you open it up. You can see that beautiful design. Oh my gosh, this worked out as well as it could have. And then this goes in there. Isn't that the best? I think I'm going to find something different to go in there. But you get my drift. You get my drift, and I couldn't be happier. So let's see if we can get this little sucker done. All right, so what am I forgetting I have? Oh, yeah, these ladies. Oh, I wonder if I could put that lady in there. Like she's looking out like a secret. Like, uh-oh. I just got this robe around me in time, she's saying. Oh, my God. Let's see. I would rather have her in the pocket than the flower any day. Did I tell you that I found 3 pairs of scissors under my cushion that I sit in most of the time? They slip down the side because when I sit in it, there's a gap. It's an older couch, but it's still in great shape and looks good. And there was a huge pair of shears, much bigger than these, and then a pair of these, and then a smaller pair. Here we go. Yes. So here we go. So the unsuspecting person will open this up and go, oh, and then they'll pull her out. And look, she's grabbing a robe. Oh, no, you caught me. Oh, my God, it's such a gorgeous color, that dress. Ah, perfect picture. I will back it, though. May not be room for a tab. Okay. All right. So then we're going to put, did I brown this up? I think it needs more. Yeah. Got to make this gray look as good as we can. So you can see that the glue squished out here, and it doesn't take well to the distress. So it looks like a watermark, and nothing's wrong with that. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm having fun. I don't know if you are, but I am. I wish you were with me. It'd be fun to have fun together. Okay, so I'm going to glue this whole thing down. No. It needs to be, still going to be a pocket this way too, so I'm going to glue the 3 sides. Oh my God, I'm glad I saw that before I glued it. And again, if you wanted this pocket to be deeper and hold more stuff, you could cut it a little bit large so it can turn under on the sides and the bottom, leaving room. But you got to keep in mind that this is just a little simple folio, so there's not like a lot of room, especially since we're going to put a pocket here with the ephemera in it. Okay. Let's make sure we've got that. Yeah, it seems a little high. That's that. I think that's good. Okay. Oh, yeah. Doesn't that look pretty? What a difference that made, right? Yeah. Oh, that's just beautiful. And I wanted one of these ladies to go in there. She looks to me just like the witch in the original Wizard of Oz. Can you see her face? I mean, she's, you know, she doesn't look like a witch per se, but the actress who played that witch, her face, I think they're the same person. Well, then I guess that's not possible because that actress wasn't that old. When did they shoot the original Wizard of Oz? That was probably in the, what, 40s? The main star, I'm blanking on her name, famous singer, Judy Garland. She was probably born in the 20s. So by the time the 40s rolled around, she would have been about 20, around 20. Okay, so this needs a back. And I could also make a tab, and I could also make a tag out of it. It barely shows, so it's going to need a good tab. And I was thinking of this one for in here. But she could also be in the pocket. So the pocket I'm going to make out of this. Look at that beautiful color. And this size in here, I drew these lines so that it would be inside of these. And then I decided to make it was a little on the tall side. So I like this, and so I wanted to make it a little bit smaller. But again, you can make it a little bit, leave a thing to turn under. I think I might have done that on the original, I'm not sure. But you can see I did do some prep. So do tell me about your Christmas decision. Are you going to wait until October to work on Christmas? Are you going to wait until November? Are you going to wait till December? Are you going to skip holiday journal making and just make winter and whatever you feel like kind of things? That's okay too. I can tell. Look at there again. Do you see how I go up in that curve? Look at, I do that every time. Oh, it's such a bad habit. I don't know why I do that. Okay. So then this is going to go here. It's still quite tall. I'm going to make this, I'm going to pause you and cut this properly. I am here. I know that was abrupt. I'm sorry. It's not your computer. I had trouble with this video when I was uploading it yesterday, and it had to be repaired. And as I was watching the repair, it suddenly went out, and that was that. So some of it was fixed, and some of it just got lost in cyberspace. So that's okay, because I finished the folios, and now you can see the finished results. I did get this one started in the lost footage, but that's okay, because you basically saw how they were made, and that was the point of this video. So let me start with the one you didn't see anything about. I love the back. This lace just filled in this area so perfectly. I just love this digital. I added a little piece of paper down here. There was some writing I didn't like. And obviously added this trim. I added some stamping here and here and up there. And I added more trim down here. I added this pocket. This darling picture. I love the color of the frame. Such a beautiful digital. Again, the paper cameo is this one. And then over here I added this date. And this is a booklet. I made it in 5x7 and then cut it down and folded it. It's actually looks like this. And I added some lace in there just because I wanted it to be reinforced, and also just for something a little different, but it'll be easy to write on this. And then this is just such a beautiful digital. I just love it. It's from the Decadence kit, I believe. And then this is from Sweet Pea Curiosities, the patina. I call it the Pears kit, but it's got patina in the title. the page, I cut it out in one section. I felt like having a dark color here was what this needed. So it's next to writing space, and it's beautiful. All right, so that's that one. And then this is the one that we worked on together. And I did end up putting a lace there, but also the button, and I cut the button down smaller. And obviously added this lady. So I pulled this out that way, and that's the closure. I cut her out and put her on top of a floral. There's flowers under there, and I just placed it so that it looked like a Polaroid. It worked out well. And I added the word Paris. And I put another digital on the back, which, you know, if I did something with that white, it would look pretty as well, but it's kind of stark. Even though it's yellow, it just was stark. But I think this just is the most beautiful focal point. I love it. And then we have our cute little opening, and my lady, who I backed. I added a little flower here to this square that was kind of plain, and I added the word Exposition to the bottom. And then in the pocket, I used this paper again because I really love it. And it's very fall-like, and I put another picture on from the paper cameo. I like how the ribbon looks like it's holding her, you know, up, like, you know, you can hang it on a wall with ribbons and you put photos on them. And then I cut the back so that it would look like these flower bundles are facing out. So I cut it so that it looked like they were kind of holding it together. And I backed it with another digital from the kit. Yeah, so that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, got some tips out of it, and I hope that you will try it with junk mail that you get. I bet you get coupons from somebody that have the same kind of envelope. And if you do, tag me, because it would be really great to see what you came up with. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.